Hey, as I walk around sweeping the feathers of a poor little bird, mockingbird, my dad said, that was tortured and massacred in my room by my cat, I've I've been thinking about this really wonderful video that I just watched by Tyler, RSDtyler, and Julian Blanc. And it was a really, really informative video. And I just thought to myself, why don't I make a video talking about kind of what I got out of it, what I learned, what I understood, what I've maybe already understood in the past, but kind of it hit home, it hit closer to home. It helped reinforce that understanding in my head, in my mind. And it's just something that's just so prevalent in the world we live in today. To not keep you waiting, I'll let you know the video. I have it right here behind me, behind the phone. It was called "Why Do We Make Life So Hard?" Juliet and Tyler explore emotional addiction, parallel realities, and more. And it was such a beautifully thought out and explained video. Where do I start, Why did I talk about the bird? I'll get back to that later. But I see this in my life all the time, where situations occur, situations happen, and then you can decide, or so to speak, it would be really nice if you could decide, right? That would be the ideal, if you could decide how to react to the situation that was at hand. For like the one that I just came into mind was my dog's taking a shit in my room. So this has happened quite often in my life, more often than I'd like to occur. Personally, I would appreciate it if it happened 0 times. That would be really nice, Then I would know that the Heavenly Father and Lord and Savior in my life is actually watching out for me, cares about me, and I'm not stepping on doo-doo with my socks or bare feet as I walk into my room after a hard day's work. And not just on my feet, but it's on my yoga mat, or just a nice big puddle of piss, just nicely spread all over my yoga mat, and it's drenched, and I might have wanted to practice yoga that day, and now I gotta fucking scrub that mat and clean it because the stupid little chihuahua decided to piss on my mat. Why couldn't she know better with that tiny ass little brain? Why couldn't she fucking go and beg to go outside, Why couldn't she piss on the mat? The freaking diaper we laid on the floor for her, huh? Why does she have to be so stupid? She deliberately shit in my room. Ugh, shit. So gross. So that could be one frame of mind that you take, which is definitely I have been triggered into that state of mind before, where every day I come home, the little dog, my little dog, miniature pincher, not the chihuahua this time, but the miniature pincher, she will bark and scream at the highest pitch possible, the decibel level of 1565. That is exactly the amount needed to give me a migraine, right? And so she'll scream, and she'll look at me right in the face. She'll be looking at me like, oh, it's you're not a stranger. And she'll still be like, oh, no, 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 no! Like screaming at me. Every time I come from work, 10 hours of work, I come home and she screams at the top of her lungs because she thinks there's an intruder at the door. And then she sees me and she can't stop herself from screaming more because she's already there. It's like she's engaged. She's like, I ain't stopping. I already started and I'm finishing this shit, right? And sometimes I'm emotionally done. I'm just tired. I don't want to fucking deal with this anymore every day. Now it's like I come home and I'm like, okay, do I go the back way around so she won't bark? And she still barks and I'm like, fucking dog, I'm gonna murder her, right? Like these dark thoughts come into your head. Or I'll hear my dad just like, shut up, you stupid dog. He doesn't sound like that, but you know what I mean. He will do that. He will yell and scream at the dog. And that is one way to react to the situation, especially when you're operating at a level of mind or energy that is looking for a reason to be triggered. Because in reality, or at least this reality that we live in, things don't go according to our personal desires a lot of the time, right? Because we have certain standards. We want things to be a certain way. And reality has its own flow, and it's just moving along. It doesn't think, how can I please this one certain individual so that he does not have to step on shit? The reality also considers the chihuahua who needs to take a shit, and she couldn't make it to the door. Nobody was there to open it. She saw a yoga mat. She shat on the yoga mat because, hey, nature called, right? So reality has to compensate for every situation. And if you think about the number of situations there might be going on in the universe all at once, from the ant walking across the sidewalk to the sloth sleeping in the tree to the chihuahua needing to take a dump to you wanting to get that promotion. There are an infinite number, if not more, situations that, am I looking at the right area? Yeah. That are occurring at the same time, and reality is keeping everything in this balance where the sun is just far enough away from the earth and it's spinning at the exact trajectory necessary to keep everything in balance so that you can have your caramel macchiato in the morning. Or else the globe would freeze over if it was just a little bit too far, or if it wasn't spinning just right at the certain axis, then it might hurl into the sun, causing us to explode into a fiery array of destruction. So what am I trying to get at here is what Tyler and Julian Blanc are trying to explain in this really, really elaborate video, is that your life can be taken away at an instant if things were not in balance. And when you think about a situation that has done you wrong, that is bothersome, is annoying to you, like shit on the floor, like a bird being massacred in my room because my cat wanted to kill the bird. Poor bird, right? You would think, how could my cat kill this freaking bird? How dare he? How dare he? And he didn't just kill it, he tortured it probably for like 30 minutes to an hour. I mean, the video my dad showed me of this bird laying with it looked like a scene out of Mortal Kombat. I'm not even kidding. Now, of course, you as a human being will feel bad for the bird. But then it happened. Are you going to sit there and cry and feel terrible for what just transpired, and now you have to clean the feathers in your room that there's still a few there? Are you gonna sit there and cry because you stepped on shit after working 10 hours and not making as much money as you'd like to make? Are you gonna be unhappy about that and make more misery and make your life more difficult? Or are you going to flex your emotional muscles and laugh about it? Just laugh about it. Just step on the shit. When shit hits the fan, when the bird gets massacred, when the dog screams at my face, every single day, I'm not kidding, every day she will scream at my face every time I come home. I smile and I laugh. Because if you can't change the situation, then why would you feel bad about it? Why would you cry about it? So we get addicted. We get addicted to these situations, these emotions that take us over, because it makes us feel significant. It makes us feel like we are actually doing something in life. I'm trying to get from point A to point B, and the shit on the floor hindered my process, right? Hindered me. Not getting the job hindered me. Ugh, the broom is too short. I have to bend over and my back hurts because I have to bend over to sweep. Why can't we have a broom with a longer, whatever this is called, stem? That's what I'm gonna call it, a stem. There's gonna be an infinite number of situations that happen that are gonna go not according to your plan, but according to life's flow. And in the wise words of Eckhart Tolle and many other really great spiritual teachers, when you accept what is, then you can learn to enjoy even bad situations. Just let that sink in for one moment. When you can learn to enjoy what is happening right now, then, and only then, not if, but when you can learn to enjoy what's happening right now, only at that moment, only then will you be able to enjoy what happens at any moment. Because if you think that a future moment when things are aligned to the way you want them to be, where you don't step on shit, if you think that that situation that's perfect, where you have the beautiful girlfriend and she's riding you and you feel so good and you're orgasming after orgasm after orgasm, and you're having full body orgasms and shaking and in a beautiful suite with like amazing petals of flowers falling all over the place, just like the dream reality that you want to live in. Even if that happened, you would still not be happy. You would still be trying to get something better, because there would be something there, like maybe you would have to go to the bathroom in the middle of your sexual intercourse, and that would ruin it all, right? Something stupid, something really ridiculous. Or maybe you would come too early and, oh no, I came too early. Now I gotta wait 15 minutes or 2 hours or whatever it takes you to be able to get hard again. And now she's not in the mood. Or maybe you could have been having a threesome, but it didn't work out because the other two girls didn't want to join. They had another place to be. They wanted to go somewhere else where they were having a foursome. And now you have to have sex with only one beautiful woman and not 3 or 2, whatever. Boo-hoo. It's so sad. It's not perfect. It could have been better. It could always be better. That's the point. If you can't enjoy stepping on the shit, you can't enjoy the threesome. Because there's always better, right? You can't enjoy the best things in life. You have to learn how to enjoy just walking down the sidewalk and enjoying the breeze and the sunshine and the leaves just flowing in the wind and the way your body feels when you take a breath. That's what you need to learn to enjoy. If you can't enjoy those little things, and you can't learn to enjoy the greater things. That's the lesson, at least for me. And then there's even another level where even the bad things, right? You step on shit, you slip and fall and break your wrist, your mom dies. I know that's a pretty dark one. I'm not saying you should enjoy a family member dying. I'm not saying that. Obviously, it's a devastating situation and you're gonna be crushed, right? I'm not high almighty here like, this is what I've been waiting for. No. Okay. Just understand that those things will happen, and they will either cripple you or make you stronger. So are you going to grow, or are you going to sink from an inevitable traumatic event? Now that's a traumatic event, but if you can't even handle your pumpkin spice latte being late while you're wearing your Ugg boots, standing in your local Starbucks, then how are you going to handle it when your mom dies? Or when your dog dies? Or when you don't get the promotion? Or when your best friend commits suicide? Or when you get into an accident and your friend becomes a paraplegic? Or you get cancer? Or your home country has a hurricane hit it and a bunch of your close friends or relatives die? What's that gonna do to you? Are you going to be able to hold it together for yourself, for other people around? Are you going to be able to be strong and help those in need? Or are you going to be one of those people that drowns? One of those people that takes his own life because he just can't take it. Because think about it, if you can't take waiting in line for something, you can't take stepping on a pile of shit and not losing your shit, then that's nothing compared to some of the things I mentioned. So what is it going to take for you to be able to build this emotional, for me, I'm talking to myself too, you know, because I have my own rose petal bath, as Owen Tyler calls it, the thing that takes you off, you know. For me, it's when people say I'm unreliable or unlikable. You know, what part of that's true? Sometimes I am unlikable. Sometimes I can be unbearable. So I have to understand, like, what can I learn from this? What lesson can I learn from this? What am I doing that is causing people to perceive me as annoying, as unlikable, as unreliable? Why can't I take criticism, right? Why can't you be wrong, right? And it doesn't matter if you're wrong or right. That's not the point. The point is, how do you react from situations? Are you going to grow, or are you going to... I forgot what they said. They said it really nicely in the video. It was like, are you going to grow or it's like sink or float, you know, something like that, like from the situation. Oh, are you gonna get better? Are you gonna get bitter, or are you gonna get better? You know, are you gonna let things make you bitter or better? And even moving further with this, are you going to will you be able to taste the bitterness of reality at times and stay grounded, stay balanced, and know that that's a flavor of life that is there to be experienced and lessons to be learned from it? That is only through tasting the bitter fruit that you can appreciate the sweetness of the sweet fruit. That it is only in the opposite that one can really know anything, right? It is in the contrast. How can you know what is sweet when you haven't tasted bitter? Every bitter opportunity, every bitter flavor, every rejection, every hate speech, hate comment, every slap in the face, every downfall is exactly what is necessary to understand and appreciate the sweet success, growth, love, abundance, infinity. It's all there for a reason, right? It's all there because that's how it was meant to be. And we think that our brains can somehow, we know better, that we've been around for 30 years, 20 years, 15 years, and we think 50 years that I know better. Reality should be this way. It should be the way I want it. I would have constructed it better. You know, have you seen Bruce Almighty? When he becomes God and he realizes that he can't handle fucking shit, and he only becomes God for like that part of the town, right? And he's just losing his mind. Then he learns to really appreciate it. He learns to really appreciate what God does. So that's like 25 minutes. I hope this was somewhat constructive for you, somewhat eye-opening, somewhat enjoyable to listen to. Thank you. I hope you learn from all your experiences, from the good to the bad, and not judge them as being good or bad, but as being experiences to grow from and learn a little bit more every day, just become a better, happier, more joyful human being. Peace and love. Namaste.